Good morning, everyone. Bible verse today comes from 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 1. But there were false prophets also among the people, even or there shall be false teachers among you, who privately shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that brought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction. So this is something like, okay, the devil's on one shoulder, and then God is on the next. When you're at work and you have someone that is really getting on your nerves and you keep going through this trial and tribulation and you say, oh, well, prayer ain't working. Well, let me turn to what the devil's doing and pop off on them. Let me tell you what someone told me, that fighting fire with fire is going to lead to a bigger fire. But fighting fire with water, cooling it down, is going to, burn out the fire. So remember that, because when you are going through something, just fighting fire with fire, you might end up getting arrested. But fighting fire with water and praying for that person and believing it instead of just praying, you have to believe in your prayer, things might start to subside. So the lesson here today is to say that when God is on one shoulder and the devil's on the next, go ahead and knock the devil off your shoulder and know that God has the head. He's the leader. He's the guide. Because you need to lead with that mind that God is going to carry you through the situation with no fear. No, you have to lead with the faith and believe that God's going to be there. Believe that he's going to always carry you through. When you're sick, who are you going to lean to? God or the devil? God should always be the head. He's going to always be able to bring you through. He's always proven himself that he can, but the devil has never done that. The devil might bring monetary things, maybe like, I won the lottery, but that's sinful things. That's what you're not going to do because you don't want to go to, because if you do it, you're not going to make it to heaven because that's sinful. But if you lead with God, you're going to your soul is going to get saved. It's going to become pure, become brighter. So you're going to spread the love, spread the joy that God has given you because he's inside of you. But when the devil's inside of you, nothing good can come from it. So the overall lesson here today is to always lead with God on your shoulder, on your head, all over your body, in your mouth. Whenever you say something, spread the love, spread the joy. Because we have false prophets and false teachers that always want to see you fall, that always want to see someone get destroyed because they don't want to. It's basically to better themselves when they see other people fall. And we don't want that in this world. We don't. You have to be careful who you surround yourself around and be careful who you listen to. So the overall lesson here today is to tell you guys that false prophets and teachers are real. But I'm not saying lean on your own understanding, but whenever you hear something, go back and research it for yourself to know if God is telling you or is the devil. And then when you pray and you ask God to make it clear for you, make it plain, God will lead. God will guide you. So that's the lesson. Lead with God, not the devil. Have a good one, y'all.